Hey, what are you playing? Oh, just a deck building roguelike that's highly addictive and will have you playing for hours on end as you experiment with different characters and builds to fight with a variety of monsters and bosses. Oh, cool. Is it like Slay the Spire? No, it is Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire 2? Whoa! So I'm reviewing this while it's in early access, meaning by the time this video comes out, it could be outdated. But I don't care. I loved playing the first Slay the Spire, so I was eager to jump into the sequel as soon as it came out. For those of you that haven't played the first one, you might be wondering, can I jump straight into the second one without playing the first? Yes. Should I play the first one regardless? Also yes. Well, at least if you're not familiar with this type of genre before. The sequel takes everything about the first one and adds more of almost everything. New cards, new abilities, new enemies, new bosses, and even a bird. It might be a lot for a first-timer, but you do you, fam. Currently, a main run in Slay the Spire consists of 3 acts, a 4th one presumably coming soon, where you must choose your path to climb up the titular spire. You start off by picking one of 5 unlockable characters. The aura-farming Ironclad, my favorite toxic queen Silence, the orb-pondering Defect, the Star King Regent, and the Handsy Necrobinder. The former 3 are returned from the first game, while the latter 2 are new and add their own unique gameplay. What I like in this sequel is how you get to learn about each character and get special dialogue with them interacting with others, especially at the end of Act 3, which really adds to their personality. Climbing involves navigating through a randomly generated map full of monsters, elites, unknown rooms, and treasure. You can scroll up and down to plan what to do, and I recommend fighting a lot early on because fights reward you with cards that is key to building your deck. Not that you want to go too crazy though. A bloated deck can actually hurt you and make it harder to pull out your good cards when you really need them. Unknown rooms might have events that lead to good or bad results, so it's all down to luck. Merchants can sell you some useful stuff if you have the gold for it. As for rest sites, you can either rest up to heal or upgrade one of your cards. Upgrades are free and can range from doing more damage to reducing energy costs, so it's worth doing when you can. Combat has you drawing cards each turn, and you use energy to play cards based on the cost in the upper left corner. Attacking is as easy as clicking and dragging to your target, while blocking prevents damage from the enemy. If your block is higher than their attack, you won't get hurt, and less than that will damage you based on the difference. You then end your turn, discard whatever cards you didn't use, the enemy does their turn, and the cycle begins anew until someone's dead. Every character starts off with a basic set of strikes and blocks, but how they expand from there varies between each one, so you won't be using the same strategy for everyone. For example, Silent can have a deck focused on drawing zero energy shivs to throw at her opponents, or focus on poison to slowly drain her enemy's health each turn. In contrast, Defect has an orb system where each orb has different abilities that trigger each turn, ranging from dealing damage to adding defense. I'm not going to go over what everyone does because I'm sure there are pros who have made hour-long videos covering how to make the best builds and such, so I just want to go over the new guys. In short, I love them. Regent has an alternate energy system with stars, and cards with these costs tend to be very powerful. He can also forge to add damage to his Sovereign Blade. However, it can be difficult to build early on when trying to figure out how to use stars efficiently, and I get the feeling he's going to get buffed soon. Maybe something that helps better balance the stars and energy without relying too heavily on RNG? He could be fun under the right conditions, but he's definitely the odd one out so far, yet I still believe in the potential power of the Star Ruler. I personally prefer Necrobinder as a new character. She has a summon named Otzi, Ostai? I don't know how you say it, who has his own health bar and cards to play. Otzi absorbs unblocked attack damage like a second shield, and revives if he dies from an attack. Otzi absorbs unblocked attack damage like a second shield, and revives if he dies from an attack. You can increase his health bar with cards, but his health bar resets back to 1 if he dies, so be mindful of that. Necromancer's Doom status requires having the enemy's HP at or below the Doom count for instant death, ending a battle quickly if you manage to stack it up high enough. Her draw 2 soul cards make it easy to keep a full hand, so if you get the synergy right, combining everything together makes for a satisfying, albeit slow, experience. The enemies and bosses in Slay the Spire 2 are a nice addition, and there's much more compared to the first one, which helps keep down repetition. After defeating elites and bosses, you can acquire relics, which give you special perks ranging from extra damage to more energy. Some of them tend to have a cost for their gain, so you'll need to choose wisely based on what would best suit your build. Gather a whole bunch of relics from treasure chests and the merchant and you can really go to town. What I found interesting is that they changed the boss relics to involve encounters with ancients. Each ancient has 3 choices to choose from, but you can't back out if you don't like any of them. I wish you could because Vaku is stinky and I don't like him. Now is still here though. He'll still give you something to start with in Act 1, but you do have to unlock it. This takes us to the next newest addition, Epics. This is basically the game's achievement system, unlocking new items and such as you fill out the timeline. I like the timeline because it adds more lore to the world, and I'm curious to see how they will expand upon it. I know they have placeholders for the art right now, but I wouldn't be mad if they decide to keep it. I think it's cute. Overall, this is a great start for a great sequel, and I'm excited to see more content as it comes out. Really, how much you like this one depends on how much you like the first one. If you didn't like the RNG or difficulty, then not much is improved for you. But if you loved everything else, then there's a whole lot more of it and then some. If you want to wait until it's out of early access, I don't blame you. But you may be waiting a year or 2 for that. Regardless of when you get around to it, it's a must-play for card lovers and Spire slayers alike. Hey, question. What about the other modes? Like the multiplayer? That's it for the review. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments!